Hello and welcome back to Sussex Squad Family TV on YouTube. Now my family, it appears that our beautiful Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, appears to have struck a nerve at the UK tabloid press when she spoke about activism. Being told by someone influential in her life not to stop her activism. Because long before Meghan even met Prince Harry, she was already advocating for female and women empowerment, feminism. She was at the UN advocating for women empowerment long before meeting her husband, Prince Harry. She was at Rwanda, partnering up with World Vision to provide clean water in Rwanda long before even meeting Prince Harry. So my family, there's a part that I want you to hear. This part in the podcast struck a nerve in the UK tabloid press called the Daily Telegraph, and I will explain after that. And this is what Meghan said in the podcast Archetypes, titled The Audacity of the Activist with Jamila Jamil and Shorey. Now this is the part. Credits go to Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex podcast, Archetypes on Spotify. This is it.
Outrageous, they would say, but why? What is so scary about a woman having an opinion as strongly as a man does? And why do we sometimes cower to that? Turtle, as I often say, go back into the safety of our own shell. As Shorey shared her closing thoughts in Farsi, it reminded me of a message that was shared with me just a few days before my wedding by a very, very influential and inspiring woman who, for her own privacy, I won't share who it was with you, but she said to me, "I know that your life is changing, but please don't give up your activism. Don't give up, because it means so much to women and girls."
My family, that part appears to have struck the nerve of the UK tabloid press to the point that they're saying that other members of the royal family do activism. That other royal women do activism. My family, let me read you this extract from the Daily Telegraph posted by someone called Anna on Twitter. And this is it. It means so much to women and girls. Describing the lead up to a 2018 wedding with Prince Harry, Meghan said, and I quote, "Just a few days before my wedding, a very, very influential and inspiring woman who, for her own privacy, I won't share with you, but she said to me, 'I know that your life is changing, but please don't give up your activism. Don't give up, because it means so much to women and girls. And I kept doing the work for women and girls because it matters. But also because she encouraged me to do so, and the collective voice of all of us telling each other.'" Meghan did not name the woman to protect her privacy. Now, the tabloid began, speculating who might have been the woman who asked Meghan not to stop her activism. First of all, hear this part kindly.
"And I kept doing the work for women and girls because it matters, yes, but also because she encouraged me to do so. And the collective voice of all of us telling each other that matters is perhaps the point."
My family, I wanted you to hear that part. Daily Mail and the Telegraph, they began speculating, who is this woman that, told Meghan not to stop her activism? So they say that her wedding guest list included Oprah Winfrey, Serena Williams, and Amal Clooney. She is known to have met Michelle Obama after the wedding, following a public event promoting Mrs. Obama's autobiography in London. She also met Hillary Clinton at a later date after the birth of Archie Mountbatten Windsor. Meghan's campaigning for women and girls during her 2 years in Britain included becoming patron of SmartWorks, a charity helping to boost the confidence of vulnerable women by dressing them for job interviews, and a cookbook for the Grenfell Tower community. Now, this is the part I want you to hear. This is the part. In doing so, she followed in the footsteps of other female members of the royal family who are still working within the palace system. My family, let me ask you a question. Which other member of the royal family do you know of? Which royal woman has been able to secure funding for the charities that they are patrons of? My family, I want you to answer that question kindly. Which member of the royal family, which senior member of the royal family, being, a woman, has actually sought funding for their respective charities, to fund their charities, before Meghan came and joined the royal family? Let me tell you what happened first of all. A couple of, months later on, when this person, Amol Rajan, was doing the Princess and the Press documentary, he spoke to the Prime Minister's sister called Rachel Johnson, the ex-Prime Minister's sister called Rachel Johnson. Now, Rachel Johnson is someone who caused Meghan and Prince Harry so much pain. Prince Harry has spoken about it in the You Can See, whereby he said that, tabloids are talking about, Meghan's exotic DNA, would, be doing blah, 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 those insulting stuff that I can't mention in this podcast. Please go ahead and look at the You Can See kindly. Now, my family, they're talking about Meghan's exotic DNA. And we know what that means. We know exactly what they mean when they say it. So Prince Harry, in the You Can See, said that was a source of pain for both he and Meghan. Tabloid media are already being racist towards Meghan. And that was written by the Prime Minister's sister at the time, Rachel Johnson. She wrote that article about, Meghan, exotic DNA. So my family, I want to show you this clip of Rachel Johnson detailing why the press did not like Meghan, aside from race. And this is what Rachel Johnson, the former Prime Minister's sister, said. This is what she said.
70 period poverty. She will talk about racism. She'll talk about female empowerment. These are trigger subjects in this country where the royal family, despite being led by the Queen for 70 odd years, is still a very patriarchal, hierarchical country. There's nothing threatening about it.
Is still a patriarchal, hierarchical, system. That's what she said. Let me repeat that kindly once again, because I want you to hear this, once again kindly. From the Prime Minister's sister, the former Prime Minister's sister called Rachel Johnson. And this is her talking.
Period poverty. She will talk about racism. She'll talk about...
Meghan will talk about period poverty, racism. She'll talk about...
These are trigger subjects in this country where the royal family, despite being led by the Queen...
Meghan would also talk about female empowerment, she said, citing one of the reasons why what Meghan spoke of was sensitive subjects. Kindly let me restart this one more time, kindly.
Period poverty. She will talk about racism. She'll talk about female empowerment. These are trigger subjects in this country where the royal family, despite being led by the Queen for 70 odd years, is still a very patriarchal, hierarchical country. There's nothing threatening about it.
The royal family, despite being led by the Queen for 60 or 70 years, the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister's sister, Rachel Johnson, said that, despite being led by the Queen for 60 or 70 years, the royal family is still a patriarchal, also following the hierarchy. The hierarchy is patriarchal despite being led by the Queen. That's the system. So in saying that, she's admitting the misogyny that they've shown towards Meghan. The treatment of Meghan has been misogynistic. They're showing that. They're saying that themselves, not me. They're admitting it themselves that indeed they have been misogynistic towards Meghan. From the articles they write, from what they say, they can't hide their misogyny towards Meghan. My family, let's continue with, this clip kindly.
Despite being led by the Queen for 70 odd years, is still a very patriarchal, hierarchical country.
There's nothing threatening about a woman coming up to the same level. It's our safety in numbers. This is our power and our strength as a team. So, and that's gender neutral, if you really think about it. So I hope that men are part of...
That is Meghan speaking while pregnant with Archie about female and women empowerment, and also asking for men to be invited in this conversation, promoting women empowerment. Let's continue kindly.
Really think about it. So I hope that men are part of the conversation. My husband certainly is.
You wrote, in so many ways, Meghan is a welcome breath of fresh air. But the last thing Britain needs is an overconfident, virtue-signalling American actress using her position in the royal family.
Talk about
My family, which brings me to what Jamila Jamil said, that she was targeted by middle-aged white women. And you can see them in this video, from the Prime Minister's sister to the other woman who wrote an article, accusing Meghan of being virtue signaling. Even having virtues has been deemed to be wrong in the royal family. Imagine that. Having virtues, having morals is deemed wrong while being a member of the royal family. That was the environment that Meghan and Prince Harry were living in. An environment of hate, an environment of bigotry. And they said it so bluntly, so openly. My family, and this must be called out. We are seeing exactly what is happening. Do you see the hypocrisy right now? Do you see the hypocrisy? On one side, this carnival of so-called experts like the Prime Minister's sister, Rachel Johnson, and the other person, the other woman in this video, all of them are clearly saying that, Meghan should not be doing, this activism work, talking about period poverty, talking about, racism. On one side, they are saying that Meghan was being targeted because she spoke about those subjects they have called sensitive subjects. On the other side, you are seeing the Telegraph writing this article. Once again, no one does hypocrisy more than the UK tabloid press. And I quote this extract. In doing so, Meghan followed in the footsteps of other female members of the royal family who are still working within the palace system when Meghan was doing her work campaigning for women and girls during her time in the UK, becoming patron of SmartWorks, a charity helping to boost the confidence of vulnerable women, and also a cookbook for the Grenfell Tower community. Apparently, Meghan was following the footsteps of other female members of the royal family. No, she wasn't, because other members of the royal family are not supposed to do that, are not allowed to do that. And you have heard from the Prime Minister's own sister saying why they were targeting Meghan, because she was speaking about sensitive subjects like period poverty. Then today, you are hearing, right after Meghan's podcast on Archetypes, saying that a woman, an influential woman, had pleaded with Meghan not to stop doing her activism work because it's so important for women and girls And Meghan continued to do it. Meghan continued to do it. And right after that podcast has come out, suddenly the UK press, the travel press, are trying to say, oh, other members of the royal family do it too. Lies, 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 lies. They don't do it. I mean, a couple of days ago, we were talking about how, a story had come out about how Prince William and Kate Middleton don't want to, go to a place, take pictures, and then leave. That now they want to be able to raise funds and money for the charities. Them admitting that all these years of them having charities, they have been doing nothing. Kate Middleton is on record to have visited one charity that she was a patron of once in 8 years. Once in 8 years. And I'm not making this up. Look it up online. It's still there. Kate Middleton visited a charity that she was a patron of once in 8 years. Once. So when they say that, this bogus, comment from this article, in doing so, Meghan followed in the footsteps of other female members of the royal family who are still working within the palace system. In Meghan continuing her activism work, Meghan followed in the footsteps of other female members of the royal family. Lies, 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 lies. The UK press that are supposed to be doing PR for the royal family have realized that Meghan, saying that she wasn't allowed to do, activism work is a bad look on the other women in the royal family. A very bad look on them. It shows how lazy the other ones are. It shows that the other ones are doing nothing. And to try and, cover up or do PR for the rest of them, they said, like Meghan, other royal women have been doing this. Show me where Kate Middleton has raised funds for a charity. Show me where. Show me where. Please. Come on. Before Meghan join in, show me where Kate Middleton and William have raised funds for a charity. I'd come there and, made a cookbook for Grenfell. Let me use the example of Grenfell, for instance. Meghan wrote a foreword for the cookbook, for the Grenfell community women. And to this day, the women at Grenfell are thankful to Meghan because to this day, they're able to earn a living from the funds of the foreword that Meghan wrote a cookbook for. To this day, thanks to Meghan shining a spotlight on them. The Prime Minister of the UK, no, not the Prime Minister, the Mayor of the UK, Sadiq Khan, said that he had been to Grenfell, but never had he seen change until the day Meghan set foot at Grenfell and truly helped people out. He hadn't seen any single person doing anything until the day Meghan set foot there. She brought change. She helped out the women at Grenfell. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? I want you to hear this from the women at Grenfell themselves on what Meghan did for them. My family. This is a video. Kindly see this.
She asked me what my dream was, and I started crying because nobody ever in my life has ever asked me what my dream is or is. Not my husband, not my mom, not my father, no one. And I just, I call her stranger. She was asking me this, and she just showed so much respect, so much love.
My family, Meghan showed so much respect, so much love. And that Grenfell Tower woman that you've seen currently has a catering business. Why? Because Meghan empowered her. Meghan looked for funds by writing a foreword for the cookbook. The cookbook, it sold out. Sold out. Thanks to Meghan. And because of that, she has a catering business in the UK now at Grenfell. So my family, when they tell you that, and before I go even further, I want to remind you of something that the palace did in response to Meghan's Meghan's work, Meghan's hard work, and Meghan's successful project in the royal family. One of our first successful projects. They sent out Camilla to win is a liar to link Meghan's, work, writing a forward for the cookbook to domestic terrorism. That is what they did. And then they said that, oh, look, based on what Philip said, that the royal family are supposed to be a team. Why? Because Meghan was working. Something that members of the royal family don't do. What members of the royal family do, they go to a place, a charity, they pose for the UK press, and the press does everything else for them. They do PR for them. They say that, oh, look, the Queen, was serving. Oh, look, Prince William are doing the work, are doing service to the community, when in reality, they went there to pose for the cameras. That is how things have been happening in the royal family. When Meghan came to work, when Meghan was hugely successful in her projects, they say, Meghan, please, you need to be 50% of yourself. Because they were intimidated by Meghan. So this bogus statement, this bogus statement about, in doing so, Meghan followed in the footsteps of other female members of the royal family. Those are lies. Other female members of the royal family don't do this. They don't do what Meghan has done for the community. And that is provide, funds for them to be able to, earn a living. They don't do that. They simply pose for the UK press. And the press does everything else for them. My family, kindly, once again, I want you to rehear, for those who are joining in right now, what Boris Johnson's sister, Rachel Johnson, had said, explaining why she hates Meghan Markle, why the press hated Meghan Markle, because of her previous and current advocacy work. And that happened, they said that years ago. My family, they said that years ago. And I want to restart this for you kindly, because I want you to hear. I want you to hear this.
Period poverty. She'll talk about racism. She'll talk about female empowerment. These are trigger subjects in this country where the royal family, despite being led by the Queen for 70 odd years, is still a very patriarchal, hierarchical country. There's nothing threatening about a woman coming up to the same level. It's our safety in numbers. This is our power and our strength as a team. So, and that's gender neutral, if you really think about it. So I hope that men are part of the conversation. My husband certainly is.
You wrote, in so many ways, Meghan is a welcome breath of fresh air. But the last thing Britain needs is an overconfident, virtue-signalling American actress using her position in the royal family.
Talk about.
My family, you've heard yourself. I wanted you to rehear that yourself. So please tell me again that other royal women do activist work. Please, somebody tell me that once again. I like correcting false narratives and lies of the UK tabloid press, trying to do PR for the rest of the royal family. For the female members of the royal family, Camilla and Kate Middleton. I like correcting them because the others are clearly lazy. Kate Middleton, Camilla are very much lazy, but Kate Middleton is far much worse at being lazy. Even a couple of months ago, an article came out. Camilla Parker Bowles, a lazy woman like Kate Middleton, avoids work. Source claims. An article came out. My family, yet they're trying to do PR for them. Why? Because Meghan, in her podcast, because she was joining the royal family, she was not going to be allowed to do, activism work, to talk about period poverty or women empowerment. But when she joined in, she spoke about those subjects. after an influential person told her, I know you're joining the royal family, but please don't stop doing what you're doing. Don't stop advocating and campaigning for women and girls because it is important. And Meghan has continued to do that to this day. Other female members of the royal family, let no one lie to you, from Camilla to Kate Middleton, are too lazy to do any advocacy or, any activism work. They don't do it. They don't do it one bit. And they have been so misogynist towards Meghan, for many, many years. And that also just needs to be exposed to the entire world. And even someone said this, neither Camilla or Kate did any activist work for women and girls until Meghan left. They chased Meghan out so they could copy what she was doing. Meghan was targeted by palace ADs and the media who said, oh look, Meghan does not know her place, for just wanting to do more than what is expected of members of the royal family, and that is to shake hands, wave at the camera, smile, and tell the press what you are wearing. That is what was expected of Meghan. And Meghan wanted to do more than just shake hands. We remember those headlines, so they can't stop, they can stop with this history we write. We have the videos that I've shown you right now, of carnival of so-called experts like the former Prime Minister's own sister, Rachel Johnson, admitting why the press targeted Meghan because of her activism work. Because they wanted our female members of the royal family to just smile for the camera. Because by her own words, in her own admission, that despite the Queen being the head of state for 60 or 70 years, despite that, the UK was still, a patriarchal, hierarchy system. By the former Prime Minister's sister own words. Admitting just how misogynistic they have been towards Meghan, admitting and showing the entire world just how they have been so misogynistic towards Meghan. So when they say that, oh, Meghan is controlling Prince Harry. Why? Because Prince Harry has stood up to support and defend his wife from bullies, from abusive UK press. You know where it comes from. Because for Prince Harry, he was expected to mistreat his wife. Like what, Charles did to the late Diana. They thought Harry would be like Charles. They thought Harry would be like Charles. But I'm thankful that he wasn't like Charles. He came out just having the heart of his late mother. And the UK press have done everything in their power to try and separate Harry from Meghan. To this day, even right now, they are still going at it, trying to separate Harry from Meghan. My family, they will keep failing and continue to fail. And someone called Trevor Hallard said that royals are the opposite of activists. They put all their efforts into ensuring that nothing changes. Perhaps that explains their laziness. Their sole aim is to maintain the status quo, ensuring the survival of the monarchy in order that they continue to receive mega millions of taxpayer funding for their lavish lifestyle. Someone called Trevor Hallard said that. My family, I just love how Prince Harry and Meghan are crashing the narratives. For instance, like Prince Harry has been called a spare all of his life, in a derogatory term, an abusive term, meant to demean him, meant to dehumanize him. But now that he has put, called his memoir spare, telling his own story in his own words, now the UK press are like, this is going to contain many bombshells against the royal family. Because they know what they've done to Prince Harry over the years has been nothing but cruel. Princess Diana herself said that, I give more love and affection to Prince Harry to compensate for any unfair treatment, because she saw what was happening to Prince Harry. Because why? Because he was the spare. So my family, and now that Harry has called his memoir spare, UK press are up in arms about the name of Prince Harry's memoir, up in arms over it. I mean, even right now, they're still going at it. And look now, Meghan talking about, activism. How someone was concerned that when she joined the royal family, she would stop doing the work. The point that someone influential pleaded with Meghan not to stop doing her activism work, to help out women and girls, because it was important for women and girls that she continues. And Meghan continued, as we've heard in this podcast, because I've shared with you a clip courtesy of Archetypes on Spotify with Meghan on the latest episode. So my family, now that Meghan has said it, UK press are like, oh, other royal women also do it. Who are you lying, UK press? Who are you lying, Daily Telegraph? Who are you lying? Who are you lying that other royal women do it? When Meghan was in the royal family, you know how you are upset when Meghan talked about period poverty, or when she spoke about, female empowerment. You know how angry it made the UK press. And now that Meghan has left, the others have been trying to copy Meghan. Because none of them ever did what Meghan did. The others, like Camilla and Middleton, were content with just waving for the camera and smiling for the camera and telling the press how much their clothes are worth, what they're wearing. That was practically it for the royal women. But now we are being told that other royal women have been doing activism. Show me where. Show me where. Show me where. Show us where. Stop lying. Stop lying about members of the royal family doing activism. They don't. Only Meghan did that. And she was shunned and targeted. And we have heard that from the Prime Minister's own sister, Rachel Johnson. My family, someone said that they are going from activism is a bad thing for a royal woman to a royal wife is to be seen and not heard, to remove Meghan titles which did not land well in the 21st century. Go figure. To us too, we are also activists, not just Meghan. Someone said that about, the article that has been written. To UK person like, oh, other royal women are too. They're activists as well. Not just Meghan. Liars. Liars. Come on. Come on. We must keep exposing the lies. We must keep exposing these lies from the carnival of so-called experts. Even Anna said that, oh, so they're all activists now, it seems. As if they can erase history. AKA, they are absolutely hysterical reaction to the publication of Vogue Forces of Change, both from the UK press and the palace. My family, I remember the reaction, how they were even upset. My family, even Meghan's face wasn't even in the Forces of Change. It was other women that were there. But yet Meghan was targeted still. They can't erase history. They can't erase what they did. They can't erase what they did. They just can't. My family, someone else said that next thing you know is that the farm and the UK press will claim that they've always been woke, but they kept their mouth shut during Black Lives Matter protests. Someone else said that. Once again, no one does hypocrisy more than the carnival of so-called experts, more than the UK tabloid press. No one does hypocrisy more than them. My family, nobody in this world does hypocrisy more than the UK tabloid press. press. My family, someone else said that, they report on everything Meghan does or say, and then the columnist dig in with the negative commentary. She sells, and they read the readers' clicks. Someone said that because of the obsessive behavior of the UK press towards, Meghan. My family, someone called Agatha said that Meghan did not say showing up after the work has been done by others. Exactly, because that is the practice of the royal family. They show up and take credit for other people's work. And the press writes, positive comments about them, yet they didn't do anything. That is the royal family for you, in a nutshell. That is who they are. Yet they want to tell us that, oh, other royal women are activists too. Kate and Camilla are activists too. Who are you lying? Who are you lying? Who are you lying? You can lie to those gullible readers of these tabloids who believe what they're told. But you can't lie to the Sussex squad. You can't lie to the squad. You can't lie. Not to us. We have the receipts. We have the receipts. You can't lie to us. My family, and they won't lie to us. Someone said that Kay Middleton is the very definition of anti-activism. Someone said that. Someone else said that I am laughing so hard at the ridiculousness of this article. We know someone only began talking about mental health of mothers after years of doing nothing. So she won't look so bad compared to her sister-in-law. Wasn't she called Duchess Doolittle by the same papers? And yet Kay Middleton even never defended Meghan while being bullied while pregnant with Archie. None of them said a thing to defend Meghan. And for good measure, not only did Kay Middleton let a lie fester, we saw how she and other wives of Windsor mean-girled Meghan, her sister-in-law, in public at the Queen's funeral. How they, segregated Meghan. Stood at a different place whereby they stood together, where they left Meghan to stay, away from them. My family, they can't lie to us. They can't lie to us. They can't lie to us. Someone called Oya said that they also perhaps deliberately confuse activism with charity. Royal family women have never engaged in activism, with the exception of Princess Diana campaigning against landmines. Meghan did not follow anyone's footsteps but her own, with an article of Meghan advocating for women's rights at the age of just 11 years old attached to that person's comment. My family, someone said that mentioning Kate or any other woman in this family in the same breath as Meghan is laughable. The others show up. Meghan rolls up her sleeves and actually works. Someone said that, my family, I love the squad because we have the receipts. We have the receipts. So whatever they try to say to try and do PR for the other royal women, we know they don't do anything. The world knows that they're expected to be lazy and do nothing and smile for the cameras and tell the press, about the expensive, dresses that they wore. That is what they're supposed to do. But Meghan is not like the other lazy royal women like Camilla or Kay Middleton. My family, Meghan is different. My family, someone said that the fact that they need to write this article is a clear definition and indication that they know their Windsor girls are boring. And I'm still waiting for a moment when, K8 was quoted for addressing any issue that faces mothers around the world. Now they call themselves activists. For doing what? Exactly, for doing what? At least use an example. If you're going to call other royal women like Kay Middleton or Camilla, at least use an example, right, of activism. Use an example. But they can't use an example because there are no examples to use. So they need to stop lying. They need to stop their lies. The world has catched on to the lies of the UK tabloid press. The world has catched on, and the world can see, and we have receipts. We have receipts, my family. Now, someone said that the article seemed like they want to take credit for Meghan's good work. According to Angela Levin, Meghan wasn't following the other royal women. According to Levin, Meghan was unfit to be royal because she wanted to lead and do things her way. Now she follows. Someone said that Angela Levin, first of all, is obsessed with Prince Harry and Meghan. Especially towards Meghan. That woman is obsessed. She feels like, you know, Harry was stolen from her. Like all the other Karens feel like, you know, that Harry was stolen from them. That's how they feel. They can't stand that Prince Harry loves his wife, protects his wife, and loves his wife. They can't stand it one bit. Well, they just need to get in line and accept it. Prince Harry loves his wife and protects his wife, Meghan. And will always continue to do that. Will always continue to do that each and every single day of his life. Someone asked, interesting, have the royal family decided to just follow the Harry and Meghan authentic service is universal footsteps in hoping they can improve the public relations, their PR, as the hate campaign against Harry and Meghan suddenly destroyed their own brand? To which someone said that they are not following, they are taking credit. The royal family is too lazy to copy what Meghan did. Okay, they'll try. They have tried, to be quite frank with you, like what Prince William said a couple of weeks ago, that they want to raise money for charities. But they are too lazy to do that. You need to understand that. They're too lazy to do that. Kate, William, Camilla, they are all too lazy to work. So you can't expect much from them. But Kate Middleton and William are worse. Are way, way worse, to be quite frank with you. Now, someone said that the desperation to attach themselves to Meghan's consistent hard work and impact is jaw-dropping. One of the royal family did not have the strength of conviction to wear black at a film event to support women's safety. In the Me Too movement, everything is deemed political, so royal family are clearly being hypocritical. Someone said that. So my family, they are trying to take credit for Meghan's work. They are trying to take credit for Meghan's work. We must not sleep or rest. Why? Because if we don't talk about this, don't speak about this, then they will be able to rewrite Meghan's history. Trust me. That's what they've been trying to do for quite a long time, and will try to do that in the years to come. So we must not let them rewrite Meghan's history. We must not let them rewrite Meghan's or Prince Harry's history. We must not. We must not let them erase Archie from the history books. When Charles moved to put his coronation on the same day as Archie's birthday, the goal is to erase them from history. We must not let that happen. They also want to take credit for Meghan's work. We can't let them take credit for Meghan's work. My family, and with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video, and don't forget to like, subscribe and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. God bless you, family, and kindly stay tuned to our next video. What do you think about all of this? What do you think about all of this, my family? I want to hear your opinion. Kindly stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, Libidana, and Doria, Raglan, and all the members of the squad at home. Stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Sussex Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Sussex Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day. And I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.